Hello, storytellers. Welcome back to LearnXpert. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful storybook for kids using Canva and ChatGPT. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or an aspiring author, this tutorial will help you bring your stories to life with engaging visuals and text. Let's dive in and create some magic. First, we need a story. ChatGPT is a fantastic tool for generating creative content. Let's use it to create a short story for kids. Let's start by opening ChatGPT. If you don't have an account, you can easily create one. Once you're logged in, start a new conversation. Now, type in a prompt to generate a story. For example, you could type, write a short story for kids about a brave little squirrel who discovers a magical forest. Hit enter and watch the magic happen. ChatGPT will provide you with a story based on your prompt. Read through the story and if needed, ask ChatGPT to make changes or add details. You can type something like, can you make the squirrel meet a wise old owl? We can also tell ChatGPT to break down the story into different pages so it's easier for you to use those pages on Canva when you're creating your storybook. Let's say we want to make 5 pages. All right, now that the story is being created, it's time to bring it to life visually using Canva. If you're finding this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to LearnXperts for more creative tips. Now, let's jump into Canva and set up our storybook. So now we have a finished story here, and we have full 5 pages of this storybook. We have page 1, the adventure begins, the mysterious arch for page 2, the wise old owl for page 3, the wonders of the magical forest on page 4, and time to go home on page 5. Let's go back to Canva and log in. Now, let's create a design and choose a custom size and set the dimension to 8.5 by 11, or you can select any storybook size here that you want. So I'm just going to go into the search bar here and put in 8.5 by 11. Or we can also type in storybook. So it's an 8 by 8 inch storybook. We're going to start with a blank page, and to add more pages, we can go to the bottom of the page or to the top right corner of the page to add a page or duplicate it. We also have the add a page button here. Let's add enough pages to fit the story. Typically, each page will have an illustration and a bit of text. So we would need a cover page, the 5 storybook pages, and then the last page, which will be the synopsis of the story. So let's do this cover page. We will add 5 more pages, 3, 4, 5. And then the synopsis. So in total, we have 7 pages. Now, it's time for the fun part. Let's go to the elements and put in some search terms like a squirrel, a wise old owl, and a magical forest. So let's type in a squirrel. Let's look for a graphic, and let's find something that we like. We're going to go with this one. And let's see the magic recommendations. There we go. And then a magical forest. Let's look for a photo to use as a background. And I think I like this one, or let's go with this one. So a great cover will attract readers and set the tone for the story. Let's put in a background here with some color. Now, let's put in a heading or a story title, and let's call the story the brave little squirrel. So if you want to create a 3D version of this text, you can go to one of our videos. I'll link it down below on how to create a 3D text. In this case, I'm just going to create a text maker here on the text maker, and I'll put in the brave little squirrel. So I'll put in this phrase first, and I'm going to find the effect that I like. And let's look for comment text. I like this one, and you can also change the color. So the fill color, I'll follow the green pattern here. I like this one, and I am gonna add this to the design. And put in the word squirrel. Add that to the design, and there we have it. Okay, if you're happy with the design, we can move on to the next page, and let's type in, or let's go into the inside pages. Let's insert the text and just go back and forth from ChatGPT. I'm going to go to the first page on ChatGPT here, and we're going to go for this block of text. And I'll just paste it here. And don't worry about the formatting. For now, it doesn't really matter. And let's put in the title. Let's use some fonts here that's Storybook-like. So we can also change the font here that would be appropriate for this design. So I'm going to go for a vintage font. And let's use this. Okay, and here you can get creative with the design here, and what you want to do is make sure that everything is uniform. So I'm just going to copy the background here and attach it. And I'm going to change this, or I'm going to look for similar images to this. So by going to the info, I'm going to go into this button, see more like this. Now it says here in a quiet corner, there's a little squirrel named Sammy. So what we can do here is find a park. And I want to look for a bright color picture. Yeah. And we can use the same squirrel here. Let's use a different font here that really doesn't look legible. So there we go. I like this one. Okay, once you're happy with that, the next thing you want to do is just make sure that everything is legible. So if you also want to put in some colors here in the background that will make the text pop, what you can do is put in some shapes and put in a color and set the transparency. So here I'm going to type in C. This is going to make a circle, and I'm going to increase the size, put that to the back, and I'm going to change the color, let's say to white. And we want to set the transparency here. There we go. So now the font here, the text here is popping out, and it's easier for the reader to read this font. Okay, here we go. So let's go to the next page. I'm going to follow the same format here. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'll put this here. And let's copy the details from the next page. It would be good to just copy everything to keep the same formatting, and then follow this. So copy the title, change the title here, and just change the text. Right, so now let's see more like this squirrel. Check this out. And it says here, he bumped into Holly the hedgehog. So I'm going to find a hedgehog here. This one is the hedgehog. So I'll put the hedgehog here. And what you can also do is search or look for images and generate your own image. So let's generate our own image here. And we're going to say mysterious forest, arch of plants, magic. There we go. So I'm going to use this and put that in the background. So amazing. And I'm going to replace the background here. And no, we can't delete this, but we can set the text to white. I'm going to set the background to maybe a dark green, and I'm going to set the transparency of this image just a bit. All right. So let's go to the next page. And I'll keep continuing this. It says the wise old owl. So I'm going to copy everything here. There we go. So I've just added a magical forest with an arch of plants and a wise old owl guarding it. And you'll just see Canva do its magic. There we go. Amazing. Use the first one there. It has a background. There we go. So you can see here that there's a bit of text here that's not really visible. So what you can do is you can also put in a shape. Let's go for a circle again, or a rectangle. Type in R, and I'm going to put in the color black. And I'll put that just behind this and play with the transparency. And it doesn't have to be black, it just needs to be like a dark color. So blue doesn't really go well. Green, I think that's good. We just need a bit more contrast. Yeah. So we have the squirrel and the hedgehog and the owl. Amazing. So let's go to the next page, and it says the wonders of the magical forest. So here it had trees, lullabies, breeze, flowers, etc. So this is the heart of the forest, source of all the magic. So there's a bubbling spring. So mysterious forest, let's put in magical, mysterious forest. Let's go with inside, magical forest, bubbling spring with lots of flowers shaped in heart. It's really amazing what AI can do with Canva. It's really precise with how it creates the image to the caption that you write here. So right now, let's go for this one. Yeah, it doesn't really, yeah, I think this one is good. Now let's fix the background. And, oh, we did write a new page. 1 moment. There we go. We want a new page. We want to copy this. So see how we started? We have a main page here, or a cover page. The first page introducing the main character, the second page, the third page here, and we're going to put in this one. That's the background. There we go. There we go. So it doesn't really look like the ones that we have here. So just going to copy this. And we're going to copy the owl at the beginning. Okay, and let's go back. It's time to go home as the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the forest. Sammy and Holly knew it was time to go home. So we're going to create the same background. So let's go back to images, and let's put in set over magical I'm going to use this first one. Usually the first image created is or has the best results. So I'm just going to set this as the background, and I'll copy the text with the formatting. And I'm going to copy the main text here. And I'm going to break that off to the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to set the image or the background color to, say, brown here. Replace the background and set the opacity or the transparency. All right, and let's put in a final page or a back cover. And on ChatGPT, let's just tell ChatGPT to create a synopsis this story to put the back page. There we go. So let's copy all of this. And usually on the back page, we put in the same branding here and put that over there. Set it maybe a bit smaller. Put in a synopsis and set font color. Copy this. It's basically a summary of the story. Let's change the spacing here. Let's put in a background. Magical forest. Edge. This looks nice. So let's choose either this or maybe this one, the first. Yeah, this is so nice. I'm gonna set this as a background. Now we have this storybook cover or back cover. I'm gonna change the font to wet. Yeah, it's not very visible. So again, I'm gonna follow the same trick here. I'm gonna put this all the way to the center. There we go. And I'll set this one to not blue. Seems a little dark, so okay. So if you're happy with this design, all you need to do now is save this and share this to the world. We can also add another page for credits, and we want to acknowledge anyone who helped with the story, the animations, the illustrations, etc., and maybe include a thanks for reading message and a hint about future stories. So you can add that to the last page here. In this case, we're going to keep it simple, and we're just going to use all of these designs here. And just like that, the storybook is complete. Don't forget to add those final touches, and you've got yourself a beautiful storybook ready to share. Once you're happy with this, it's time to save and share it. So on the share button on the top right corner, you can download this as a PDF, or if you plan to print it out, you can choose PNG for digital sharing. You can also share your storybook directly using the Canva link, like so, or publish it online. You can also print this on Canva with their printing options like photo books or posters, etc. And you can also share this as a shareable link if you want collaborators to help you with proofreading or updating the story images, etc. Right, so the storybook is now ready to be shared with the world. Let's look at it at a high level the view, that's your cover page, the insides, and the back page. You've turned a simple idea into a beautifully crafted book using ChatGPT and Canva. So thank you for joining me today on this creative journey. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to LearnXperts for more creative content. Happy storytelling, and see you in the next video. Make sure to watch the other videos on creating text effects, 3D effects, and also creating images through AI on Canva. Happy storytelling, and see you in the next video. Bye.